Hi everyone! Before we get started with today's SAP training video, I'd like to take just a few seconds to introduce you to PostNow.ai, an SAP data automation platform designed to make your everyday SAP work faster and easier. With PostNow, you can upload data directly from Excel into SAP for vendor masters, material masters, business partners, journal entries, and many other SAP processes without custom ABAP development. This significantly reduces the burden on your IT team by eliminating the need to build and maintain LSMW objects, custom upload programs, and one-off custom ABAP developments. It's also an ideal solution for S/4HANA migration projects, helping you migrate legacy data into SAP quickly, accurately, and with confidence. PostNow also includes powerful SAP reporting capabilities. You can easily join SAP tables, build reports without complex development, or simply describe the report you need in plain English using our AI query pilot. It automatically generates the required query and delivers the results in seconds with no coding required. If you'd like to see how PostNow can simplify your SAP processes, request your free trial today at postnow.ai. And before we begin, one more thing. As a thank you for supporting our channel, we're giving our YouTube viewers free access to more than 20 complete SAP training courses. If you'd like free access to all courses, simply comment access below and check the video description for the next steps. Now, let's get started with today's SAP training video.
Yep. Next topic, we are going to learn introduction to table joins, for all entries concept, and formatting techniques. And this is what a content we are going to learn now. Table joins using inner joins, how we are going to join two tables or three tables, right, with inner joins, and table joins by using left order join, and a table joins using with alias names, 3 table or 4 table. And if the tables are like a transparent to cluster or transparent to pool table, these joins will not work out. That's what there is a concept called for all entries. And after that, we are going to learn formatting techniques. The learning objectives after completing this chapter, you will be able to understand what are the table joins, how many joins are there, and how you are going to join the tables using inner joins and left order joins, and the purpose of the joins to get the data from two different tables, how we are going to get. To understand joins with alias names, instead of providing each and every area like a table name, so we have to go with the alias names. To understand for all entries keyword, then how we are going to write that, how we are going to retrieve the data based on a for all entries, and the purpose of the for all entries in ABAP development. So after this, then the next concept, formatting techniques, which we are going to discuss in this presentation. The first one is, so when you want to join two tables, at least one common field is required to join the tables. Whenever you are going to join two tables, for example, MARA table, Metal Master, MARC, Metal Master, Plant Description, MARD or MAKT, which tables are frequently used, or three tables data you want to clump and you want to prepare as a report, then we have to do a joins. At least one common field is required to join the tables. So one thing, every table SAP recommends to create a mandate. You should not consider mandate field for joins. Other than mandate, it could be a primary key or a foreign key fields. So based on that, we have to join. At least one is required. First topic is inner joins. Inner joins, it acts like an AND operator or intersection, the common portion from both the tables. So the common records, we are going to get it by using inner joins. Left order join is nothing but it acts like a union, not exactly. All the records from the left side table and the common records from the right side table, you are going to get it. If the records are there, you will get a number of records. And the first, for example, MARA table is printing, you will get automatically left side table. And respect to the MARA table, any proper fields are there in a MARC, then you'll get, if not, you'll get an empty line. The for all entries is quite different. We'll focus in the next presentation. so bit later. So let me explain first two topics, and after that I'll cover for all entries. So look at the picture here, how we are going to join these two tables. There is a table 1, table 2. In this, the column names like A, B, C, D, and here the D, E, F, G. Right, there is a column like here D, so that we can join these two tables. Then common records you'll get it. If you do like inner joins, you'll get the results like this. A, B, C like 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, then 3 and 3. Like common records you'll get it. This is what inner joins we are going to do. Let me explain practically how we are going to get the data. So first we'll complete that a presentation, then after we'll work out each and every example in inner joins, left outer joins, and for all entries. Next, look at this left outer join, and here same example like a table 1 and table 2. There is a common field is a D. For example, here you are doing left outer join. The first table should be printed as it is. Then common records you'll get it. If there is no records are not presented in a table 2, for example, the D column number 2 is available here, then this number 2 row is not available in the table 2. That here it will not print a null. So null is a keyword, but it will not print null. You will get an empty lines. Okay. Right, this is what are joins. So we'll focus now how to work with the joins. Right, go to SE38 is a T code to write a program. So here let me write it table joins. That this is a program name. ABAP, click on create. Then provide some short description. Then here you have to select executable program because it's a report program. So click on save. Then let me click on a local object. But in a real time you have to create in a $TMP. It's not required because your program should be transport. For that reason you have to create a package. In the package you have to store your program. So look at now, first we'll work out tables keyword. Right, there is a Mara table, Marcy table. I'm going to join these two tables. Right, so then we have to create so data. It is not a table, it's a tables. Okay, right, a data keyword. Let me write it like a begin of itab 1 occurs 0, end of itab 1. Right, here you have to write it, it's end of. Right, for example, I'm going to bring that records like a Matner is a material number, type Mara is a table hyphen Matner. Next, for example, we want to retrieve that second column like MBRSH, type Mara hyphen MBRSH. Next, MTRT, type so Mara hyphen MTRT. Fine. So for example, only three columns I'm capturing in a first. Right. Then generally you have to create like this second table, but it is not required. In a one table only we can create that second table information. So because your internal table holds that second table is, but don't declare Matner. Matner is a common in both the table, but a variable name cannot be print twice. That's what works is a plant type MARC hyphen works. Look at now what are the common fields are there. We'll go through in a database and go to SE11. Right, enter here, there is a table name, Mara table. Click on display. In this, check there is a Matner is a material number. It is, even though it is a primary key, but I click on here, so you can see the data like Matner 1 to 100. Then I'll get some records. Now here it's a Matner is a material number. Based on that, I'm going to retrieve the data. Now go to the new session here, open Marcy table, go to SE11, and here you have to enter MERC is a table, click on display. Now the Matner is available in this table. There's a plan data for material, so that you can get the data from both the tables because Matner is a common. Right, I said don't consider mandate because mandate is available in each and every table. SAP recommends to create a mandate because client independent data. Now in a Marcy table there are 23 records, and back to in a Mara table there are 10 entries. That's a few entries are common, we'll observe now. So now we can write the code by using this, and in a program level you have to write it here. So understand, like this is I have created only one field in a second table, that is Marcy. Now next after that, select options. Let me write it select option name. It's a naming standards. You can write it any name as Matner for, so MARA hyphen Matner, because I'm taking the Matner value from Mara table. So Mara is a priority because master data. Then generally we used to write it select Matner. Let me write it simple query. Then after that we'll add fields. Right, MBRSH. Next MTRT. So you have to write it like into. So table, I have explained previously, directly you have to use itab, table itab from right Mara table. So with Matner in a original Mara table, this is Matner in Mara table in S underscore Matner here, because I'm writing for simple one, where Matner of Mara table, which is what you are providing at a runtime Matner, if it is both the same, then you'll get the data. Right, then you have to write it like a loop at itab and loop. Here you have to print by using write statement. Right, here itab hyphen Matner. Right, I'm printing values through internal table because we got the results in itab. Right, here you have to place it. Second one is Matner itab hyphen MBRSH. Next, take it like this is a right, because chain operator we did. Then third one like itab hyphen MTART. Right. So in this, just have written a plain query. Then after that, because we'll add it how we are going to join. So click on syntactically check. Right, into table. Yeah, we did itab 1. Let me change that name here directly instead of any name, you can write it. Right, click on check the syntax. Right, so because your itab is contained this, let me comment this. Let me write first simple code, then write. After that we'll join that. So click on continue and activate and run. So this is nothing but you'll get a plain data. right, the material master data. Right, when you execute this, for example, I want to see that the range of 1 to 100, which materials or belongs to, right? And now back to Mara table, you can observe that 1 to 10, there are 10 records in a Mara table. Look at now what we are getting the results from the table, right? The table is here 23, 38 material number. If you give 1 to 100, you are getting 10 records. Here also same, when I execute my program, it is getting like 1 to 100, there are same records, right? Then how do I join that another table, right? This is what we have written, a plain query. Now let me add to join the two tables. Right, first, how many fields you want, you have to open this. Right, for example, here in a select query, you have to introduce, like, there is a concept called Mara tilde symbol. By using tilde symbol, you have to join the two tables. Now let me join this with the Marcy. Provide this in a three tables, three fields. You have to provide a table name before that, right? Next, there is a one more field we have added, so that is from Marcy. Then which one you have added, like a works. Look at now here, there is a Marcy table works we have added. That's what I'm selecting, table with the tilde symbol works into table item from Mara. If you want to join here, you cannot write it two tables here. That's what there is a concept called inner join. Which table you want to join, that table name you have to enter, and on which condition. Let us say there is a Mara tilde, right, MATNR, material number is a common, where Matner equals to like MARC, Matner. In this, based on this, both the conditions, both the fields are equals to, that's what we are writing. Now earlier there is only one table, it's not required. Now it's a two table, you have to provide Mara, because here I'm declaring Mara Matner, that's what I am entered with Mara Matner in S Matner. But in both the cases it is having same. Next, here you can print it that the next one, itab hyphen works. Now check this syntactically, activate. You have to introduce a tilde operator or symbol only within a select, right? Look at here, there is hyphen, because table hyphen field is separate. At the time of declaration of internal table also, it should be hyphen, not like a tilde symbol. Now execute this, activate and execute. Click on continue. Now run this program. 1 to 100. You can give any range of material, it's not like check. And now back to observe here, then Marcy starting from 38 material number in a Marcy table. And look at in a Mara table also, go to Mara table, the Mara table is starting from 23. But 23 record is not presented in a Marcy table. That's what it is starting from 38. Only common records will get it. In a Mara table, it is ending 1 to 100. 98 is the last record. But when I go to like a Marcy, so it is 89 is only last. That's what it is printing common records. So by the help of this, we have done with the common entries. This is what example for inner joins, joining two tables. Right. For example, if you want to join three tables, so we'll practice that one also. Go to SE11. First identify. So there is a one more table, right? MAKT, that is material description will be stored under MAKT. Click on display. Right, there is a Matner is a common in this, so that you can join this table also. For example, I want to print this MAKTX material short description for given material number, and by using language keyword SPRAS, right? Then how do you join this third table and back to SE38. Then I click on back and I click on back. Then here you have to add the three tables. For example, here MAKT is the table name. Third table you want to join. Then there is a Matner is a common here. For example, MAKTX type MAKT hyphen MAKTX. Right. In this, join the third. Right. MAKT tilde MAKTX. Right. We are joining third. So do one thing, then inner joins and copy paste these two lines for next table. Right. Here I am going to join MAKT table. Right. Mara is a Matner because a root table and Mara is a metal master table, so that I am going to join with the MAKT. Right, Matner. So the rest of the things are same. Right, first we are joining Marcy table, again we are joining with MAKT table, and you can write it Marcy Matner equals to so and so, that's okay, no issues, but always you are going to do comparison with Mara is a root table. Now you have to print this, and here itab hyphen MAKTX. Now observe this, then done with the three table joins. Activate this. Click on continue. So that now execute this. Based on that, you'll get a results from the three tables. Based on a 1 to 100, you are retrieving the data. So click on execute, you are getting data. But the three tables data, we are getting third field we have added as a metal text. But we are getting some different languages, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, English, right? Which language you want, you have to write it. For example, you want to know that language keyword, there is a sparse. Identify in a MAKT table, right? Here there is a language keyword, SPRAS. Look at here, if you provide here in a table itself 1 to 100, right? If you go through like a language is EN, like English, then you'll get only English E, time E languages. If you don't provide this, you'll get rest of the things. Then the same way you have to write the code in a program also. SPRAS. By using SPRAS, you have to write it. Look at, so we'll modify the code accordingly. And this not required to declare, but I am going to in a where class add it here as MAKT is a table name tilde SPRAS, where SPRAS equals to, for example, I want to filter like this. Then you'll get only English version. Click on continue. Yeah, click on execute this. Now run this. So 1 to 100 provide. Click on continue. So that now exactly you're getting accurate based on a where class condition what you have added in a three tables with only language keyword EN. So this is what a three table. Similarly, you can join three tables or four tables or whatever. Right. In a real time, you're going to join not more than 5 to 6 tables, because here there is an issue with the joins when you compare with the for all entries. Right. Inner joins blindly we are joining like without checking any data whether the first table records are empty or not. Right. For example, Mara some records, Marcy there are no records, MAKT, so we have some records. But where exactly you are checking with this? Right? If E is initial equals to null or not, because the first table is empty, what is the reason to select the second table? That's what they have introduced a concept called as for all entries. And before that, if the tables like there is a transparent table here, right? By using inner joins, left outer joins, we can do only with a transparent, not like a cluster, not like a pool, right? So we'll focus that later, like how to do like a for all entries. And this before we did inner joins, Then how we are going to do with the alias names? Let us say 3 tables. I want to modify the code with alias names. For example, here uh, alias names you have to provide like as a. Here, right? Not here. The Mara table I am giving with alias name. So as a is alias name. It's not a keyword. You can write it anything. For example, as b. B is like a shortcut name for Masi is a shortcut name for Mara. Then here I am providing as C. Right, wherever you have given Mara table, directly you can use now alias names. That like this, A is alias name, next A, then a B we have given Marcy alias name is a B, then MAKT we have given C. Oh, but don't change original values, only this level I can modify where exactly I have given. In a Marcy I have given here it's a B alias names. Now here also I have given A is a Mara. Delete this full name. And the next one is we have to delete this C. Next here also there is a Mara. Next there is a third table MAKT, that is a C. Right, now click on check no errors, activate this, click on continue. Then what is the reason to provide alias names? You know, if the program size or the program lines are lengthy, so that you cannot read properly, right? You cannot do a debugging also properly. In such a cases, if you provide alias names, you can easily debug the programs, and also you can see like a structurized programs by using simple keywords. You can conclude that. Let me execute this. The output will get the same what we got previously, but the only thing is simplify the business logic instead of writing too much, that we can use alias names also. Right, this is what alias names. Yeah. So now we did like a 2 table joins, a 3 table joins, and a 3 table joins with alias names. Now let me copy the code this, and we are going to change with the left outer joins. Table joins with the left outer join. Then here I am going to write it left outer. Right, table joins with the left outer. Click on copy this, and I click on continue with all the documentation with respective whatever. You'll get the copy pasted. Right, click on local object. The program is saved. Now I have done a new program copied from the previous program. Right, go to change. When you copy the program very first time, so we'll get like inactive mode. Look at now it is inactive. Right, we'll do joins, left outer join with the 2 tables. Right, with alias names or without alias name, that is a same. Right, let me delete this MAKT data. Right. Yeah. So instead of inner join, there is a keyword called as left outer join. That's it. This is what a left outer join example. Look at now, we'll clarify from the point. Right, it is not required MAKT because we are not using MAKT. So right. So tables, first is Mara table, then Marcy table. Begin of iTab occurs 0. I have created internal table. These 3 fields from Mara table, first table. The 1 field from second table. Right, select option you have to create. And first 3 fields we are getting from the Mara table. The next field is we are getting from Marcy table. Into table item from Mara. This time we are working with the left outer join, not inner join. There's only one extra keyword here. Left outer join Marcy as alias name on the keyword of where Matner equals to second table Matner. Mara Matner equals to Marcy Matner. Then where Matner of original table Mara with respect to what you are giving runtime, if it is matches Matner, based on that we are getting the results. I am printing this. Now execute this, activate and run and execute. Now click on execute. So 1 to 100, click on execute. Right, we got the results. Look at here, 23 record material number is not available in MRC. That's what you are getting, empty. And also 98 record, there is no plant and MRC. Right, what I said, left outer join means the first table will print common like whatever their result. If the results are there, it will print. If not, then it provides an empty line. That's what left outer join. Look at now, in a Marcy table, the records are presenting from 38, right? 38, and it's ending with 89, with between 1 to 100, starting 38 and ending with 89. And back to here, 38, it is printed plant works, material belongs to which plant. But 98 is not available, that's what it is, empty. So this is what example for left outer joins. Right, here if you want to print like there is a SAP, if SAP SY SUBRC equals to 0, right, you can print like there is a write statement, records from database table. Fine, you can print anything, if should be and if. Right, just for SAP, what exactly the SAP? Every OpenSQL statement, it will return two values, right? The SAP equals to 0. Then if SAP records are successfully done, if you want to print how many records, like we got it, like there is a S5 DB count. If you want to see the number of results, then put like S5 DBCNT. That's what a database count. Like place it here. If results are success, your SAP will 0. If results are failure, SAP 4. Records from database, and I'm printing how many records are there, right? Let us say here database, like a total number of records. If you want to print like this, right, there is a chain operator. Right, here if you want to print a index number like a tab index, for example here S5 tab index is a field, hyphen, right. Tab index indicates a system table index. S5 index is normal system index. Execute this. Click on continue. Then run this. Right, 1 to 100. Click on execute. Look at now. Records are from database table. Total number of records are 25, because the common records are overall 25. If you want to print index number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is what tab index. Tab means internal table, IX means index. It is presenting like internal table index. Now for example, I have given like 1 to 20, because records are starting from 23. If you give like this, what will happen? Check, you cannot move to the next line because your SAP becomes failure. Observe this and put a breakpoint here. Click on continue. Right, provide 1 to 100 and click on run this. You're able to see that system index like SAP. If the records are present, it is 0 success. If not, it is failure. can observe in a debugging level. Right, it is starting with the debugging. And generally, as a good ABAP programmer, you have to spend a lot of time in a debugging so that you'll come to know what exactly is happening. Look at now site tab index, like it is started 0, like source is size of us is 0. 0 means it is proper. Click on continue and you can double click on this size of RC. We can print and you can check both the things. Right, we got the results and our tab index is incremented and execute. The same way you can provide 1 to 0, 1 to 20, because I know that records are not presented, so that you can execute now. Click on execute. Your size of RC, press F5. Look at here, your size of RC is a failure because in between 1 to 20 in a database there are no results. It becomes size of RC. So instead of executing your program, instead of getting the output, you can simply divert your particular program based on the size of RCs. You can conclude whether the records are there or not. It's a good introduce size of RCs from now onwards every program. So now click on a back and here debug this, delete the debug point. Right up. Next we'll focus. We have done with the 3 tables, 2 tables, alias names and left outer join, everything. Back to the presentation. So we'll start for all entries. What is the reason and all. So there is a for all entries topic. Then before that we'll learn formatting techniques. What are the formatting techniques? How we are going to use it. Right. The formatting techniques are like generally like input, format input on, hotspot, format hotspot on. When you say input, right, you can edit the single field in output area. Right, in a looped data, when loop level you can edit particular field. Format input on means you can edit all the fields in output for complete loop. And a hotspot, upright and symbol. This is useful for to execute the reports in interactive reports so that end user will think. So there is a something hotspot is there. You can double click on that. Then format hotspot means you can provide upright hand symbol for entire loop. So make sure that formatting techniques are useful to beautify the report or to apply the reports more colorful, edit and all. The one thing important, whenever you applied any formatting techniques, the results, the application, whatever we have done, the modifications will not be available or will not be affected in your database. Just only runtime to take the printouts, to provide a pretty good colorful reports. In such a cases we are going to do formatting techniques. It's a different topic, like just for output modifications and all these colors. Colors, if you till now we have done only black and white reports. If you want like a colorful report, then these colors, 7 colors are available. According to that, you can apply individual columns, each and every one column, or for entire loop also you can apply one column. Call heading for headers grayish blue, call normal list body bright gray, call total like yellow, call keyword like a bluish green, positive like a green, call negative like a red, then call group is a violet. According to this, only SAP provided like their entire software, like they have designed like this standard using standard colors. Apart from this, you can write it other colors like here COLOR, then COLOR1, like color 1 and next color 2, like color 3, up to 7 colors you can print, so that it will print color also. Look at now, first we'll work out what exactly the input and format input, hotspot and all. Then we'll complete this, what exactly the third, sixth one. There is a skip. If you want to skip one blank line from one to another, then you have to give, it will print one skip. Skip n means n is a number. If you provide any number, so for example skip 10 means it will give 10 blank lines in output area. In a reporting level, if you want like to do, you can do it this. And a back is a keyword. For example, here it is printing one line. You want to take the control, you don't want to print here in a last line. You want to take the control back and back like start with the first line of the first character, it overrides. Instead of that, you can go through like 45 fifth position, start from here. Next line, skip one so that it will print here like. So we'll see this how we are going to create in a program. So whatever we have done this program, so I'm going to explain on this example only formatting techniques. Now go to 1 to 100, click on execute. Look at now, I cannot edit this, right? We cannot edit this because it's a list display. If you want to edit this, right, for any printing purpose or you want to edit, but you can write it in a loop, formatting techniques, right here, for example, you want to write it, edit, you can write it like input, right? At this level, you can modify an output level input, right? Execute now. So 1 to 100, click on execute. See now, you're able to modify the records, right? So this is what input. The thing is here, in a Matner is a Mara table. In a Mara table, Matner is a primary key. But how we are going to modify? Just for your printing purpose, you are doing this, but in general, you will not modify that. Check, there is no save option. You cannot save. The moment when you go back and when you execute again, that remains save. It will not affect in your database. Similarly, like input for third or fourth, you can edit directly. For example, here you want to like write it input. So individual columns directly can edit. You can input. Right, run this program. So 1 to 100. Look at here now. You're able to edit this. Right, like 10-15 columns. If you want to edit, you cannot edit. Like if you want to edit all the fields, just before loop at iTab, right, you have to write it like a format input on, so that entire loop is applicable. It is not required now individually. It's not required to modify one by one. So entire loop is ready to modify now. Right. Then there is a format input you have to off. Otherwise, what will happen? For example, you are printing here any write statement. For example, ABC Inc. USA. Fine. Then any general example, right? Where will print? It will not update ABC. If you switch off this, ABC also able to print, edit. Now 1 to 100. Click on execute. Look at now, this ABC cannot modify. Every area you can modify now. Right? I can delete, you can modify. So this is what input. Right, next one is, so we'll switch off this, what exactly the hotspot. Right, hotspot is a up right hand symbol. Generally this concept which we are going to use it in a interactive report purpose. Click on execute. So 1 to 100. Right, look at here, the cursor is now in an arrow symbol. If you place it here, the cursor icon is changed like a hotspot symbol. If you click that, end user will think something should be there, you have to click. So let me write a piece of code in interactive report level. So how to click, how to get the reports in interactive, at that level will work. And similarly, if you want like hotspot in every area, then before that you have to write it here, format hotspot on, so that it applicable for entire loop. There is a hotspot is a keyword, then here you can switch off hotspot. If not, it is applicable for last line also. If you want to print in a new line, you can print this in a new line. Activate this, click on continue, enter, then execute. Provide the input values 1 to 100. Now click on execute. Look at now, hotspot is available in every area, even this also, even this. Right, this is what a format, hotspot and all. Now let me apply some colors for this. Right, here there is a, if you want individual colors, you have to write it like this. COLOR is a color is a keyword. Let us say call underscore positive. Next COLOR, call underscore, let us say total. You can apply some colors like this. COLOR, there is a space. Write a call underscore negative. You can apply like this. Next COLOR, call underscore group. So I have applied individually one color. It can go to like click on continue. Right, click on execute this. So 1 to 100. Right, this is what a colorful report you got it. Right, only one color, that is repeat the same for similar. You can write it like here, only one color. Right, a format, color like a call underscore positive. Right, then you can switch off this individual colors by using comments. Right, so that you can avoid individual colors, you can apply a group of colors for entire column. Now check the syntax. Right, here only color you can go through, right? End loop, there must be like there is a dot here. Right, so activate this and run, then you'll get a color. Right, here it is 1 to 100. Right, see that one color is applied directly, positive always like a green color, so you're able to see the output like in a one color. So it is applicable here also. If you don't want this, you have to switch off actually. So here you have to switch off that format color. Right, I check the syntax. Right, I click on continue. Now execute this. Now click on continue, run this. Look at now, there is no color is not applicable. Yeah. Next concept is in a script, like how to skip. If you skip one line, one empty line, if you skip 10, you'll get a 10 blank lines. The next formatting technique, so simply just you have to write it here, one skip. One skip means one line it will skip. Click on continue. Done. Now execute this. So look at the output. Run this. Check one line. If you give skip 5 lines, then you'll get like a skip 5 empty lines. You'll get a blank. Then you can write it a write statement after that. So only one skip, it acts like a new line character. Slash is a new line character. Look at now, you'll get a 5 lines empty. Right. The next requirement is ABC Inc. USA. I want to write it in a first line of the first character, but somewhere in a right side corner like this. Right, for example, this is a example company right here. So I want to take the back always it will take from the first line. It start overwriting. That instead of overwriting, you have to specify the positions so that it will not overwrite, and I can write it like this. Look at now. So back is writing here, but it is moving column in first line. If you want to print in a second line right side or third line right side, skip one, then it will skip. But skip. Then after that, specify the position. If not specified position, it overwrites on the first line of the first character. Now execute this 1 to 100. So look at now. It is overwriting here, but our requirement is I want to print in a right side corner. Then here you have to specify the positions. For example, which position you want, like 48th character onwards or what. Then it will start printing on specific position. So 48th is a position starting from the first 48th character onwards. Right, look at now it is printing in this. This is a way you have to increase that length position. So right, so with this we have done with the formatting techniques and all. Now we'll work out for all entries concept. So we'll write the code for all entries. Right here, so I'm going to write the code for all entries. Right, so click on create. Right, this is a create a program. Click on save executable program. Click on local object. Right here, then so I'm going to write it tables. Table name is Mara, for example, MERC. Right, two tables we are going to capture the data. Right, click on here. Right, in this for all entries you have to create separate tables for each and every. For example, let us say data. So begin of Mara Matner. Right, we'll go through data begin of Mara occurs 0. This is what internal table, and then end of Mara table. Now Matner type Mara Matner. Next MBRSH type Mara MBRSH. Next MTRT type Mara MTRT. So these are three fields from one table. Copy paste this table. Right, a second table I'm going to create, that is IMRC. For example, second table internal table name is IMRC. In this capture two tables data. For example, here there is a Marcy is a table. Next, WERKS works type Marcy works. In this, I'm going to capture two fields. Right, earlier we have done with the two tables in an adjoint concept with a one internal table but too many fields from the first table and second table. Now it's a third table, then I'm going to copy this. Let us say this is final. Right, a final table I'm creating this combination of first and two. So we have created like final. Then you can capture this field in a third table, that is a final table here. Right, don't copy Matner because Matner is already available in a Mara table. Marcy Matner is not required. Look at now. So we have designed with the 3 tables. Right. So this is the first table is Mara. Then second table is Marcy. The combination of first table and second table is final table. Right. After this, you have to write a basic queries. Before that, select options. I'm writing S underscore Matner for Mara hyphen Matner. Right. Select Matner. Then first let me write a simple code. Matner MBRSH. Then MTRT here. Right. Here from Mara table into table. Let us say I'm capturing into iMara. So where Matner in S underscore Matner. And before first and select second query, if I underscore MARA, this indicates body of the internal table is initial or not. If iMara is not initial, okay, then if not initial means at least it should be present some records. Then we are select MATNR. Then there is a works from Marcy table into table iMarcy. Here where, so generally we used to write it like this, where Matner equals to, because this there is a concept called as for all entries is a keyword. For all entries in what is first internal table, above internal table means iMara. Where Matner equals to iMara hyphen Matner. Now, so this is a first query. I am getting the second query. In between, I am checking the first internal table is empty. No need to select this. If not empty, then I am selecting. Then Marcy MARC into the second internal table Matner equals to first internal table Matner. According to that, you are getting the results. Right. For example, if should be and if. Right. Else. Or you can write it if should be and if. Right. If there are no records, else I'm writing right. So no records from DB. Right. Just for printing, if it is empty, directly it will comes to else part and write it. Right. So right, in this, then you have to take that condition. Right. So loop at I am a ara. First table I am looping. So before that, let me sort internal table. Sort iMarc by Matner. I am sorting second internal table. I am looping first internal table. So parallelly loop should be end loop. Right here, there is a read command we have already done with internal table level. Read table. Right, read table iMarc with key. There is a Matner is a key equals to iMara hyphen Matner. Then go with the binary search. Then if not, then system will search with the linear scan level. While getting the results, I will get a linear search. Read table, first one is we are looping first internal table. Parallelly, I am reading second internal table with respect to Matner of Marcy equals to Mara Matner. Then check the size of RC. If sy hyphen size of RC SUBRC. Right, size of RC equals to 0. Then I'll take the condition like a move. The first I'm moving that IMARA hyphen Matner to then a final. There is a I final is a third internal table, because whatever internal table you took, listen now. Right, third internal table is we took I final, right? So every record just move to the I final. You can write it like a chain operator here, and you can copy this and paste it, right? The second field is MBRSH, right? Moving the final field to one by one final to Matner. Right, here I'm moving to the MBRSH. Next I'm moving to the MTRT. Here you have to change the fields. Right, let me delete this MTRT. Right, we got a 3 fields from Mara table. Then what about third one? Because we are getting second one is hyphen. There is a works. I'm moving to the plant also. I final hyphen works. Right, and then append I final. APPEND append I final. Then after that clear I final. Right, next clear IMARA table. The next clear IMRC, because you have to clear. If not, also it will overwrite. Then, for example, if size of RC is not equals to 0, simply you have to write continue. Right, continue. Else next else continue and if. Right, if should be loop should be and loop. Right, this is what we have done with loop at I tab. While reading first table, I'm reading second internal table. Then we got everything results into final. Then we have to print final. Then here take the printout for loop. So loop at I final. Then and loop. Here we have to print write statement. Let us say I final hyphen Matner. Right, copy this, because we got a 4 results into final internal table. Let hyphen MBRSH. Next I final MTRT. Next I final that works. So that's it. Now we have done with the internal table. Like look at now, check the syntax check. That is works. Right, click on continue. Yeah, syntactically correct everything. So first we'll see the output, and let me explain one more time so how it is moving the data and all. Right, execute now. So we'll get the data properly accurate. Right, look at this, we are getting the data properly. Now put a breakpoint for this, and let me put a breakpoint on a first select query. Right, click on execute. So for all entries will work with the 2 tables or transparent also, but generally transparent to cluster joins will not work. So definitely we have to write the code based on a for all entries. Click on execute this. Right, there is a condition like press F5 this button, your size of C becomes 0, because we got the results like 1 to 100. then press F5. Right up, just F5 here. Look at now, your size of us is 0. Because if IMARA is not initial, when it becomes not initial, if it is at least one record is available, then it is not initial. Then go to table and then check size of us is 0 now. Go to table, you'll get us some results in this. First internal table is IMARA, click on enter, type it and enter. Because we got us some results, that's what size of us becomes 0 then. And back to one step, then execute now one more time. Already kept the breakpoint. It is here now. Press F5. You got the results. Press F5. Then we got the results into IMRC. But based on like results, whatever capturing here, look at now. So first take the desktop 3. Capture into like a desktop. Go to desktop 3. Right off. So let me double click on this IMARA. Right here it is printing now for observation. Then here MTRT. Then here Marcy works. Now double click on final. How it is moving the records you can observe now. Right, next place a cursor on double click on MTRT. So double click on final. Right, look at now. The 23 material first record, it's not available. Look at now. We got a first results into first IMARA table and we got a 1 to 20, 1 to 100, how many records we got into IMARA. Now I'm comparing between like a Marcy to Mara on record based on a Matner. Press F5. Look at now. Saisabasi becomes 4 because of the reason 23 material is available in Mara table but 23 record is not available in Marcy record. So that check 23 record is not available in a Marcy table. Right? Then 23 record is available in Mara table. Then their Saisabasi becomes failure because if both records are not matching, then ultimately, so we have to get, then it comes to the else part, right? Observe in ABAP debugging, Saisabasi becomes 4. Click on execute, check else and continue. Continue is a statement, it continue iterating for next iteration. Then go to F3, like F5. Check this time 38 result is there. Your Saisabasi becomes 0. 0 means success. So that you will get both the results. First result is moved. Look at now. IMARA table is moving to the final internal table. Because whatever records appropriate, we are taking from Mara table and moving to the final table. Like this, it will record each and everything. So finally, check, look at append final. Go to append final. So one row is added. I final. Right click on enter. One row is added. If you keep on press like this F5, so one row is added, then like this it will execute. Go to desktop 3 and a row wise, then press F7. Right, come out from the loop and it is printing. So once it is moved everything, it is gone for printing. From that it is printing, so that you'll get output like this. For example, these metals are starting from, let us say 1 to 20. If you give 20, then execute now. Right, I know that 1 to 20 there are no records in this. Your Saisabasi becomes failure. Look at now, press F5. Right, check directly it is moving. Saisabasi is failure. So it is not executing these many lines, direct it is coming to the else part, no records, it will get like no records. Right, this is a way we have to write the code in a real times, because the observe like in a joins without checking these conditions, we are simply blindly joining the 2 tables or 3 tables and all. If the tables are transparent also, we can write it for all entries. The good method to write that, to get the data, whatever data you want, you can get it into final. That generally if tables are transparent to cluster or transparent to pool, then that situation your joins will not work. Definitely we have to work with only for all entries. So this is what a concept. So we have done with the for all entries. Right, this is a presentation have done. Check now. For all entries, we have written a individual database, internal tables, and write separate query, and a second query in between. You are checking if not itab body is initial, at least one record should be present, then only I can select the second. And in a where class of second, I am checking first table matner equals to second table matner, so that I'll get proper accurate data. After that, sort loop and got the results into final from final internal table. So we have to print. Right, very important in the final for all entries is a good concept. And also there is a drawback. In a real time, it should not allow you to write more than 5-6 tables. In, for example, 3 tables are common. You can join here like a 3 tables with inner joins. You can join it and check for all entries of third table. If the third table is cluster table and 3 tables similar by using joins, and third or fourth table you can check with the for all entries. Right, this is what example what we have done. So for all